welcome to Waste of Tim, the show where we bring you all the news you don't need to know and discuss the topics that don't matter. Before we get to the headlines, we would like to give you some updates on the stories we presented in the last episode. After our research team did more investigating into the story of a drunk Florida man who broke into a home in order to make breakfast, we have determined that the burglar was not making it for the homeowner. This is certainly disappointing news, as we here at Waste of Tim like seeing the good in all people, and was hoping the burglar was simply trying to make a scrumptious breakfast for a friend he had not yet met. After hearing that that was not the case, we can no longer condone these actions. Additionally, we also presented you the story of LeBron James's quest to trademark the term Taco Tuesday. We can now report that that trademark was denied. We feel that's appropriate, as Taco Tuesday has been a thing for college students and for people who think they're still in college for as long as Taco and Tuesday have started with the same letter. Plus, let's be honest, Taco Tuesday is just an excuse to drink tequila on a weeknight. Mr. James may have known this had he actually attended college. I guess he'll just have to fall back on his 12 first-team All-NBA selections, 4 league MVP awards, 3 championships, and the fact that he's universally considered this generation's Michael Jordan. Finally, on a more somber note, this episode is dedicated to Howard Hopalong Cassidy, who passed away at the age of 85 on Friday. I, too, call myself Hopalong on various internet outlets, most notably Instagram, so hearing that one of my own was lost is very saddening. He played running back for Ohio State, leading them to a national championship in 1954 before being drafted 3rd overall in the 1956 draft by the Detroit Lions, winning a championship with them in 1957. He also won the 1955 Heisman Trophy as a Buckeye. And for those of you that don't know, or who are unaware of just how big of a deal winning the Heisman is, Red Foreman said it best, saying that the Heisman Trophy is the best gift a son can give their father. I'm sorry about that, Dad. With that said, and Hopalong Cassidy on our minds, here's Hopalong Tim with the headlines. KFC has been in the news lately with some new additions to their gourmet menu. Now, if you buy a 10-piece meal, you get a free chocolate cake. That's right, it's totally free. We here at Waste of Tim were unaware that the definition of the word free was contingent on buying a 10-piece meal, but we'd like to thank Colonel Sanders for letting us know. The Colonel was also busy releasing a new product, which Inc.com describes as a, quote, huge threat to Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, and McDonald's. We're not sure how McDonald's competes with those two, but I guess it's a catchier title than including Texas Chicken, which is a real place, or Ragin' Cane's. The item is a piece of KFC chicken in between 2 glazed donuts. Just saying that puts my stomach into a knot, and this is coming from a guy who once ate 9 cheeseburger patties and 2 pounds of fries just to get his name written on a chalkboard. I'll be trying this ASAP. In the most 2019 news story you'll hear all week, a Pennsylvania man was arrested back in June after he allegedly dropped explosives on his girlfriend's house using a drone. The neighbor reportedly confronted the man, asking him to, not drop bombs on the house next door, but the man refused, only intensifying the bombs the next time. While explosive devices are never a good idea, except fireworks, those are dope, we'd like to highlight the man's creativity using a drone. He's likely to spend a long time in jail, as he was not allowed to own firearms, as there was a protection from abuse order filed against him by his once girlfriend. While it was creative to use a drone, we feel that jail is the perfect place for him. In South Africa, 20 friends are running the Cape Town Marathon. While running a marathon is always impressive, these friends will be running the race with trees strapped to their backs. They are doing so to promote the planting of new trees after South Africa suffered its worst drought in a century last year. While we appreciate anything that is super weird, being super weird for a good cause is even better, so go these guys. After careful research, it's been determined that the men are only running with saplings on their backs. Now, I'm no environmentalist, but after searching a sapling on Google Images, it appears a sapling is nowhere as near as big as a tree. Too bad. I thought you guys were going to do something cool. Speaking of marathons, if you think running even a half marathon is hard, I got news for you. You're weak. At least in the perspective of Lou Devine, the 2.5-year-old bloodhound. 2 years ago, we really bring you the relevant news here at Waste of Tim. The bloodhound was let outside to hit the head when she stumbled across a group of runners. Thinking it was absolutely hilarious, she joined in and somehow finished in 7th. She often took breaks to sniff and run through streams. After the race was over, Lou Devine received a medal for her efforts. Now, to our main story. We are recording this on September 20th, and this date should stand out to you. Why? Because today is the day that we are all supposed to storm Area 51. Now, I was unable to make it as I had an obligation of hosting the show, but we brought in our resident alien expert, Cam, to help fill us in on what we missed. Cam, it seems like the steam of this really died down for the summer. Why do you think that is? And if you had a couple pieces of advice for the people deciding to storm Area 51 on all of our behalf, what would it be?
Well, Tim, my advice for the people storming Area 51 is just serpentine. Run back and forth. They're not going to be able to shoot you. They're not going to be able to tase you, especially stay in large groups. And, we've seen this with zebras in Africa. You all want to dress the same, wear something confusing like tie-dye, stripes, something like that, so that, you just want to confuse the guards. You want their eyes to be going all over the place so they can't, hone in on any single person.
That's actually great advice. I would not have thought to, act like a zebra, just all wear, universal costumes, uniforms, but it makes sense. If I had a piece of advice, I would say just stick your head down and just go for it, just regardless of if there's bullets, if there's bullets tase coming flying at you, just stick your head and do it. But I like that zebra. Where'd you come up with it?
No, just research in the field, and this also answers your other question of you said you were asking, why has it died down since the summer?
Yeah.
And I think it's just poor planning. Somebody had the idea, they had this great idea, and they put it out there without actually, planning the whole event. I think the PR campaign for the raid could have been a whole lot better. I think it honestly just died. People just forgot.
So if you were planning this, how would you make improvements?
First off, I would start with a little recon, because we want blueprints of Area 51. We want to know the tunnels, because it's a secret base. They've got tunnels. We're gonna get in those tunnels. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna.
Well, how are we gonna know the blueprints if it's a secret tunnel?
Drones.
Tying it back to the second story about that Pennsylvania man with his drone. We're coming full circle here on Waste Tim, everybody.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, do you know what type of explosives he was dropping? That part really interested me.
I heard the quote from the neighbors said something about nails. There were nails falling from the sky. So it was some high tech
bomb, or like a grenade.
I think so.
Shrapnel.
I think so.
Oh, that's.
And the neighbor was like, "Can you please stop?" And he's just like, "LOL, no, I'm gonna make him a lot bigger."
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's gonna be in jail for a super duper long time because she filed some restraining order because I guess he's kind of a stalker. So So I feel like jail's a good place for him, but if he's gonna spend I don't know how long you go to jail for if you drop bombs on people, but I feel
probably a couple years,
probably a couple, maybe a few,
yeah, but 5 at least.
At least. So I feel we should just give a little ode to his creativity, considering he's not gonna be out there hurting anybody.
He's dropping nails. A good alibi. He could just be doing. He's a new roofing.
He could think that was a good way to roof his ex-girlfriend's house.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't spin that long.
He could have. I don't know if he was. Actually, I was about to say, I don't know if he's that creative, but he's clearly creative enough to use a drone to drop explosives on his girlfriend's house. So,
that's what I'm saying. It's all about innovation. And, drones, they're not only great for dropping explosives, they can also hold cameras. And you get out there in the desert, fly the drones over the base, take pictures, just really map that stuff out. And I think that's what they were lacking. They didn't have a clear course of action going into this thing.
That's very smart. That's very smart. So you say drones with pictures.
Spy on the U.S. government.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's the whole reason we were there in the first place. They can't stop us all. But according to the New York Times, everyone that's there has been really peaceful. And frankly, I wasn't trying to see that. I was just trying to see some crazy ass shit.
Running.
But I mean, I guess we'll have to wait until next summer's storm Area 51. But were you there? That's the question that everyone at home wants to hear. Were you at Area 51 this morning?
I astral projected. They had a hologram of me there, like in the beginning of Star Wars. That technology exists. The government's hiding it from us.
Yeah, it's at Area 51. That's where we're going there in the first place. All right, shifting to music. Today, Blink-182 released their 9th studio album that they creatively called Nine. So it's apparently a really creative name. I don't know how they came up with that. So it's apparently 47-year-old Mark Hoppus, 44-year-old Travis Barker, and 43-year-old Matt Skiba still have a lot of teenage angst they need to let out. So I'll ask you, is there anything that you have let on drag on just way too long, similar to their releasing of albums?
So my grandparents have a nonprofit organization called the Hankey Foundation, which I'm a board member of.
You're on the board? Does that mean you're bored, or is that just a really bad joke on my part?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Hey, funny guy, I got a joke for you. What smells rotten and puts people to sleep?
Noxious gas?
No, your act!
Thank you.
So I'm a board member, and that means I have to go to meetings every year.
Meetings are gross.
Yeah, and I have a lot of responsibilities. I have $1,200 that I'm supposed to find other organizations to donate to, like My
Wallet.
Yeah, no, actually, we were talking about the Alcohol for Poor College Students Foundation.
We at Waste of Tim, we don't we support that.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything for it at all, and we're having another meeting on Christmas this year, and I'm not prepared. I've got to get on. I've let it drag on too long. I got to get on top of that.
That's true. I would say the fund for alcohol for college students. I mean, technically, it's not super duper wholesome, but if you're talking about need, that's up there.
And that's all. They have a specific criteria, and need is up there.
Yeah, need and definitely need. I would say what I let drag on too long was my fish tank.
So wait, but don't you still have one?
Oh no. So what happened was last year I of course fled the United States and went to Vietnam for a semester, and the second or third day my big pleco decided, he looked around the tank and he realized hey, wait a minute, I'm bigger than literally everyone in here. So he just one day decided to eat them all. He ate all the fish, all of them, every single one. And
big hungry. His tummy had the rumblies.
Yeah, I guess his tummy had the rumblies or something. I mean, we gave him food. I mean,
really?
Yeah, this guy was a straight psychopath.
But he wouldn't do it when you were around.
No, I don't know. Maybe he knew I was there. I don't know. I don't think fish are that smart. But this is the guy. This is the guy. When he was at Petco, I got him at Petco, PetSmart or one of those stores, and he was straight geeking out in the tank. He was running all over the place, straight flapping his tail, hitting the glass, all that stuff. So I'm all right, this guy's gonna be cool. So I went and got him. I put him in my tank. I didn't see this dude for 5 months. And when I say I didn't see him for 5 months, I didn't see him for 5 months. I literally thought
he just was hiding.
Yeah, I thought he jumped out of the tank, dude. I thought he jumped out of the tank. I took the big rock formation and shook it a bit and whatever. And no, he didn't come out. And then I guess 5 months later he showed up, and then I saw him for a bit. And then when I left, he ate all the fish. So sort of distraught. I had this giant fish just in my tank.
Dude, he was scheming. He was in the rock formation just planning.
He
his
had to have
revenge.
been. I truly think he just woke up
This is
one day.
Moby Dick. And you're Captain Ahab.
He just woke up one day and he's like, you know what? I'm bigger than everybody. You guys are gonna be my dinner. And then
That's how it should work.
that's not how it should work. You should be able to hang out with others. And I guess if you want to assert your dominance, like eat one of the little ones.
You did an experiment. You did like a wildlife experiment.
Yeah. So like I just had this fish, like, because plecos, they don't die. They don't
Yeah.
die.
What do they look like?
They're really hard to describe. They're really ugly. They're really
Yeah,
ugly. They're like long. They got like long, skinny tails, but like really long, and they just kind of flap around, and yeah, they just kind of do a lot of chilling. So this guy was like in my tank like for months.
Did you make sure that the fish were compatible?
Well, the fish,
Because
all
sometimes
the
you have to, because sometimes they're aggressive.
no, well, all the fish that were like in the tank that weren't like plecos were compatible.
How
It
do you
was like a
spell-
cichlid. It was like a cichlid tank.
Oh, cichlids are big. How do you
Yeah.
spell pleco?
I think it's like Plecko. So they
I'll
were all
find it.
compatible, and I mean they weren't too aggressive. I mean every now
Oh,
and
that's
then,
cool. That's cool.
yeah. I mean they're cool fish, and every now and then they would like go at it and like run around in circles, like chase each other. But for the most part, they're pretty chill. I mean not like some other cichlid tanks
Yeah.
where they're literally just going at each other like 24/7.
Just eating each other's faces.
Yeah, I think that's why he was able to do it. Because I like after maybe, well, let's see, he ate all my fish in September. I didn't get him out of my tank until probably July. So he was just there for like 8
Oh
months.
my gosh.
Yeah, and
Just
like
by himself.
just by himself. He didn't even have
That's
to
what
clean
he
the tank.
wanted in the first place.
I guess so, man.
He wanted
I
to
guess
chill.
so. Yeah, and he was just like, oh,
What did you do with him?
I gave him to one of my friends, and I
Yeah.
put him in his tank. So I haven't heard any updates. So I'm assuming he hasn't eaten all of his fish. His fish are a little bit bigger than mine, but
That could be.
still, yeah, I was just dragged on.
I'm
to,
kind of interested in fish tanks,
fish tanks
but
are
I don't
cool.
know. Like, I don't have a space right now. So
Yeah, you have to have like
Yeah.
station. I mean, you gotta be like stationary. You can't like move around. They're a pain in the ass to like
yeah.
move to a million different places. Now to the elimination chamber. All right.
Scared.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I added some like super cool like thunder and lightning sounds. Definitely right there. So Cam, you consider yourself a meme guy, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, big meme guy.
I have a specific taste.
Oh, specific taste.
I like
Oh,
things
all
that are
right.
dry, and I also like things that are cursed.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, hopefully this will tickle your fancy. So we're doing memes of September.
All
So
right.
the elimination chamber, you got to eliminate one. You can also, just for fun, pick your favorite one. That rhymed. I didn't try to be Dr. Seuss right there. That wasn't intentional. So we have the memes of September. The I'ma head out. SpongeBob.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good format.
Thomas has never seen such bull before.
That's an old one. They brought it back.
It is?
Yeah, that's
I think
super
they
old.
had one. I think they had a Thomas one from like way back in the day.
No, but the Thomas is the bull. That's been around.
All right, I didn't know that. I thought that they had like a different Thomas one where he's
They've
like,
had multiple.
yeah, where his face
Yeah.
isn't so angry. So that's number 2, and then the dancing Peter Parker and the Joker is number 3,
Oh yeah.
and then that's a lot of damage with the Plexio guy is number 4.
Okay.
So which one are you getting rid of, and which one's your top choice?
I'm definitely getting rid of Thomas.
Really?
It's a little basic. It's a little
Wow.
basic. It's a little overused. It's also it's hard to do a lot of variations on that. So like, what was the first one again? It was the
I'ma head out.
Yeah, like they dress up SpongeBob. They like remix it with other shows. Like it's got a lot of potential. And the Joker and the dancing Peter Parker.
Yeah, you can't get rid of that one.
That you can put anybody dancing there. Like you can make it like I've seen it super edgy. I've also seen it like super family friendly. Like that has a ton of potential going on. And then the Plexil guy, it's Phil Swift. He's universal.
That's true.
He's universal. So I'm not loving Thomas right now. He's eliminated.
So who's all right? So you're eliminating Thomas. Who's getting the W?
Dude, I have a soft spot for SpongeBob memes. like that really hits home. For
It
me,
does,
so
does.
I
I
might be giving SpongeBob the W.
I gotta say, I'm going complete opposite. I'm
Really?
reversing it. I think the Thomas,
Really?
I've never seen such bull.
I have never
It's
seen
just-
such bull before. Tim.
that was a good play on it. But I don't know. Something about that Thomas, that face just
Oh,
gets me like
Thomas
every single
memes
time.
are high tier.
And
They're like mid to high tier.
I'm a head out. It's like that just like came up one day, and then all of a sudden you see it like all the time, and it's almost like it's just beating a dead horse. It's like, yeah, it's good,
That's true.
but it's just like it's just
I was-
a little overdone.
Honestly, I would say the Joker is a close second.
Joker,
I just haven't seen as many Joker memes that I thought were as funny as the I'm a head out. Like, there's some good I'm a head out memes.
yeah.
There's a lot of trash
Yeah.
though. It's a problem.
Mhm. I think that 2 and 3 are
They're
really
gonna
close.
die. They're gonna die so hard.
Those
Like,
the Joker
yeah.
ones.
All these memes are gonna die so hard. Like in the next
Well,
month.
clearly Thomas has made a
Yeah.
comeback.
That's true.
Yeah. I think that's here to stay. I think it's here to stay. So we're both given. So the Thomas has a W and then an L,
It
a win and a
cancels out.
loss, and then I'm a head out. So we are really decisive on this show.
Yeah.
All right, switching over to number 2, categorized girl drinks. Sorry, we don't want to generalize here, but we will. So we have Twisted Tea, Claws,
Okay.
Mike's, and Smirnoff.
Okay. I like Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never had a full Mike's. I've only tasted it.
Okay.
I
I don't drink these drinks all the time, so I'm not a super expert
too
either.
much sugar.
It is
Except
too
for
much
the
sugar.
White Claw, but
And that also me saying that I haven't had a lot. That wasn't me trying to flex on everyone at home.
Oh.
That's just, you know.
whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Tim drinks beer. Tim drinks beer.
yeah. It's man drinks only. Yeah. But I'm going Claw. Just sick of it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Are you going on the phase or are you going on flavor?
I'm going on both, man. I'm going
Yeah.
on both. I mean, granted, I might be a little biased because I don't like seltzer like at all. Seltzer, I never have. But Claws, Law, what's their little catchphrase, little
I have
jingle?
no
I
idea.
don't know.
No clue.
But it's close between Claws and Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea just does
Twisted
a twisted.
Tea is vile.
It is vile. Twisted Tea does a twisted number on my stomach.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
What's
So,
what's your favorite?
Mike's and Smirnoff are both good. I would say probably Mike's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoy drinking both of them. They're both good. So I give I'll go Mike's. Give Mike's the W. I'm giving Claw. Claw, you ain't the law on this
Yeah.
show. So gotta stop doing that.
All right, I'm gonna have to go. We're going decisive again. I'm gonna have to say I like the Claws. the best.
Wow.
Okay, here's my reasoning.
Indecisive, not decisive.
Indecisive.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
indecisive on
okay.
this show. We're not giving you guys
I
very
don't
good
know how to
advice
speak
if you're
English.
taking any of it.
So I've been pretty isolated from the Claw craze that's going on, and I think it's a little bit refreshing. The others too much sugar for me, so I have to go with
Fair.
the Claw.
That's a good point.
And,
Too much sugar can ruin it.
I'm gonna say I hate Twisted Tea so much, but Smirnoff Ice is cringe.
Okay.
I think it's cringe.
So what are you kicking to the curb?
Smirnoff Ice.
All right.
Because Twisted Tea I can live with. I can
You
live.
well live with Twisted Tea,
Well,
so-
not drinking it. I can live with knowing
Oh,
that
you
it
can
exists.
live with it being there. All right.
Yeah.
All right, I get your drift. All right. Now to number 3 and our final one. Probably the most important one. The category is songs that make us wiggle from the 60s and 70s. We have Staying Alive,
Ooh.
September, Magic Carpet Ride, Time of the Season. Cam, go.
I love September. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. They're awesome. That album, their first album, awesome. So funky. And then I gotta say, I don't know Magic Carpet Ride or Time of
But
the
you
Season.
don't know what
I'm gonna get rid of
we
Magic Carpet
can
Ride.
find. Why don't you come with me, little girl, on a magic carpet ride?
I don't know that song.
What?
No,
What?
never heard it.
Wow, that's
I've maybe
quite the
heard
shock.
Time of the Season. I'm just gonna get rid of Magic Carpet Ride. I don't care. Get it out of here.
I
Eliminate it.
should have picked. I thought these were
Canceled.
universally accepted and loved songs. That's fine. That's fine. I'll work on that for next time. I gotta go. I gotta go. Staying Alive. I gotta go. Staying Alive as my pick.
Staying Alive is good.
Like
The Bee Gees,
just the line.
Disco.
the sign,
not
like-
bad.
Like I'm a woman's man, no time to talk.
Yeah.
I mean that is the most like shoulders back, like walking with a strut like I've ever heard in my life. Like, and it's great. It's great. So Staying Alive, I'd say number one. You can't go wrong with September. That's another great one.
Yeah.
I guess I'll get rid of Time of the Season. That's a great song, but I just like one summer I just
can't
listened to
remember
it way
what it
too
sounds
much.
like.
It's like da da da, da da da, da da da, da da da.
Okay.
It's the time of the season.
Oh no! Wait.
Bow, bow. Yeah.
I'm switching I get rid of that song. Magic Carpet Ride can stay.
Why? Is it because I'm
I
singing
just
it?
remember it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just remembered it.
Just
All right.
remembered
So I guess we have come to a conclusion. Time of the season's gone. I will co-sponsor your pick of September. Personally, I'm going Staying Alive, but
Yep. I
whatever.
respect that.
Yeah,
It's strong.
those
strong
are
contender.
clear 1 and 2. All right. Now it's time for the word of the day. Cam, what's your word?
Scuba.
Can you use it in a sentence, please? No. It appears he cannot.
I just got my scuba license.
That is a sentence. All right.
I
So,
was trying to think of a good one. I'm sorry.
all right. So scuba, look it up in the dictionary.
It's
We don't
so
know what
good.
it means. So,
Just say it out loud like 5 times. It sounds weird. Scuba.
yeah. Okay. Scuba.
Scuba.
My word is segue.
That's a great word.
Segue, which
I never knew how it was spelled.
I didn't either, which is why I put it on this. Which is how I put it on this list. I learned how to spell like this week.
Yeah.
And I'll use it in a sentence. We will now segue to the end of the show. For Tim, I'm Cam. Goodbye. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter O.
Oh, as in, oh, thank heavens this show is finally over.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!